Hello and welcome to Mental Health and Motivational Mondays. This is your small dose motivator Tam Talk, here to bring you a small dose of motivation to get your week started. So on today's episode, I want to talk about not the spirit, but speak on the subject of apologizing for your existence. Yes, apologizing for your existence. This is something that I would say that I personally do, and I've done it so much that I don't even know that I'm doing it. However, in the past week, it took someone to check me on this. And don't get me wrong, there have been people who've checked me in the past, but for some reason, this particular instance, it really stuck with me. And so the apology was that person had emailed me regarding needing some information, and there was a deadline because it required them to do some ordering, for a specific event. And so I couldn't give the response at the time that it was requested, but I did give them an estimated response time. And that was fine. So then when I did respond, it was late. It was still on the date that I had mentioned, but it was at a later time on that date. And so I prefaced my email by saying my apologies for the delay, and so on and so on. So then the person responded and said, stop apologizing. There was no need to apologize. And then it resonated with me, like, why did I apologize? Yeah, I thought I thought I was being considerate, but then it also got me to wondering and thinking about other times I've apologized. And I noticed I apologized before an act had even occurred, right? So, like, I've been in rooms, I've been in meetings and met with people, and I would apologize up front. And they would look at me like, okay, like, why are you apologizing? And I think it also comes from one, again, former people pleasing, because I want to show that I'm a kind person. I want to show that I'm an understanding person. I want them to understand that I'm an apologetic person, that I can admit when I'm wrong. But here's the thing. What was wrong? I didn't do anything wrong, but I was apologizing up front. Like, let's get the formalities out of the way. I'm going to apologize. I'm an apologetic person. So what is about to come out my mouth, the act I'm going to perform, I'm letting you know up front I'm apologizing, okay? It was like a disclaimer. And I had to learn, or I am learning, that I have to stop doing that. Another good example of that is if someone invites you to an event. Now, whether your schedule won't allow you to attend, or perhaps you just don't feel like attending, sometimes we, or I would say me, would apologize in advance. But the thing about it, again, why am I apologizing? I can't attend, or I don't want to attend. There was no need to apologize. All you had to simply do was say, thank you for the invitation. Thank you for considering me. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend. Period. Okay? That's all that was necessary. No apologies. It's more so thanking them for considering you or for the invitation, and I won't be able to attend. True friendships, true people, true connections will understand. They won't push you for an explanation. They won't require you to justify why you can't do so and so and so. As I'm getting older, I'm able to differentiate between, authentic friendships, relationships versus that of those that are users and opportunists. And so I want to let you know to stop apologizing for everything. Yes, we're supposed to apologize when we are wrong, when we are in error, when we have wronged another brother or sister. We're supposed to apologize, right? Even when they don't apologize to you, we are still to apologize because, perhaps we've done something or we wronged our brother or sister. Yes, we want to be quick to apologize, right? But you don't want to apologize for just for your existence. God didn't create you to be apologetic. He didn't create you by accident. You were created on purpose. You were created for a purpose. So there is no need to apologize for your existence. And, from time to time I would see quotes or posts about freedom. And a lot of times people may think that people, when they post that, they're saying free, like freedom of time, freedom to travel, freedom to just to wander aimlessly on this earth. And all honesty, some may be saying that or thinking that or considering that, but a lot of times it's really a mental thing, a mindset thing. People want to be free in their mindset. And I think when you become apologetic or a people pleaser, it keeps you in bondage. It keeps you from pursuing the things or the purpose that you were called to pursue, right? So we get into this mindset of, I'll say, imprisonment or bondage. And I think once we start doing the work, the hard work, the grunt work, and start pulling back the layers and realizing some of the things that we were doing or we were taught, and we start unlearning those things, then we become free. Our mindset becomes free, and then we can channel our energy to focus on those things that we were called to do. And so for me, I'm sitting here sharing with you, but I'm also still in the process of pulling back layers. I'm still in the process of unlearning things, because sometimes situation scenarios or I would say topics or just things in general may have been presented to us in a certain way. And it stuck with us, and it has stuck with us. And this is the mindset that we feel that we have to have, or the steps to reach a specific goal has to be done this way, because this is the way we've been taught. And as I'm again pulling back layers, or as I'm walking into my business goals, I'm learning that there was more than one way to skin a cat. There was more than one way to enter a room, like a business room, whatever. There is more than one way to reach a goal, right? So just because that journey or that particular approach worked for that individual doesn't necessarily mean that it will work for you. And this is how imposter syndrome really starts to rear its ugly head, because your approach or your journey to that particular goal doesn't resemble that of another individual. So therefore you start to question your achievement or your approach, because again, it doesn't resemble that. And this is something you have to unlearn and start learning that our journey and our goals are different, or our approach to a goal are different. Just because that person achieved their goal or reached their journey in a different way doesn't mean that your journey is wrong, right? Now, if you're out here being illegal and committing crime, yeah, you're wrong. But for the most part, if someone went from point A to point B in a straight line, and your journey may have been an A, you circle around B, kind of went for C, came back to B, and then you got to C, then you took a left and you got to D. That's your journey, right? So that's your journey. Oh, excuse me, guys. I had a choking moment. Maybe God, the devil didn't want me to tell you this information. Woo! But anyway, stop apologizing for your existence. Start the process of unlearning things that are keeping you or hindering you from reaching your goal, or from your journey. Again, your existence matters. If your existence didn't matter, you wouldn't have been created. There's a purpose for your life. There's a purpose for your goal. And again, once you start peeling back the layers of being apologetic and showing up for yourself, the world will look different. Your perspective will look different. Your mindset will be freeing. And at the same time, you'll be able to reach your goals. So that's all that I have for today, or for this week on Mental Health and Motivational Mondays. So again, go out and be your unapologetic self. And as always, remember not to worry, but to remain happy, hopeful, and joyful. Until the next time, toodles.